Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Breakfast is something that is worth doing, so let's learn today how to do breakfast right. I sent out a survey to over 200 BYU students and received 115 responses. And half of those respondents stated that they did not eat breakfast every day of the week. And of those half of them that didn't eat breakfast, 95% of them attributed that to a lack of time. And of the cumulative 115 responses, 58% of them stated that if they could learn the negative and positive health benefits of eating breakfast, they would change their dietary patterns. I have just over a year's experience studying dietetics, and not only that, in the last 3 months, I've revamped my own breakfast diet, and the results are compelling. I feel better, I'm less stressed, I'm more motivated, I'm getting better grades, but most importantly, I'm able to focus throughout the entire day. And I want each of you to be able to achieve those same results. So I'm going to focus my talk today on 3 main points. The first is to reiterate the importance of breakfast. The second is to teach you about an important type of dietary glucose. And the third is to teach each of you how to make your breakfast rad. So first, we've all heard it before, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. In fact, Robert A. Heinlein stated that one should not even attend the end of the world without eating a good breakfast. So obviously it's important. Have you guys ever woken up on the wrong side of the bed? And maybe you haven't had this thought, but I do because I'm a dietetics major. I think, what is it, the mood or the food? It's obvious, it's the food, guys. Today.com did a study where they stated that if you were to eat a healthy breakfast, you would have increased motivation, less stress, and feel better about yourself. What better 3 things to have than in these last 2 weeks of finals? So what is it about breakfast that makes it so great? Well, the answer lies in the food itself. All food is made up of glucose, and glucose is our body's main source of energy. But not all glucose is created equal. A professor here on campus, Dr. Williams, a nutrition teacher, taught me about something called the glycemic index. The glycemic index measures the amount of sugar in our blood 2 hours after eating a certain type of food. And we break it down into 2 categories, high and low glycemic foods. High glycemic foods are things that you guys are probably you're pretty accustomed to eating. Stuff like sugar cereals, bagels, toast, muffins, all that good jazz. And that stuff is great, except for it only gives you a short burst of energy. So how is it that we can get more out of what we're eating? The answer is simple, by eating low glycemic foods. Low glycemic foods are things like lean meats, proteins, nuts, fruits, and vegetables. And each of these things gives us a sustained, durable energy source throughout the entire day. Many of you might be questioning, well, I don't have enough time, or I can't afford it. And the answer is quite simple. It's not very hard to grab a piece of fruit as you're walking to class. It's not hard to put a bowl of oatmeal in the microwave and cook it for 3 minutes. And my personal favorite is to mix granola, yogurt, and fruit together, because it's a quick, easy, and effective way of getting a low glycemic foods into your diet. So I hope that I've convinced you that breakfast is pretty rad. But what does RAD actually stand for? RAD stands for regular, adequate, and diverse. Eating a regular diet is proven by WebMD.com to not only help you to lose weight, but to keep it off. And all of us who have tried to lose weight and keep it off know that we want to be that successful loser. Sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. Now, just as important as eating a breakfast regularly is eating an adequate amount of food for breakfast. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, eating an adequate amount of food for breakfast can improve your cognitive function, reduce absenteeism, and also improve your mood. So yes, eating breakfast is very important. Last but not least, diversity. Stephen Covey once stated that strength lies in differences, not in similarities. The same is true with our diet. Our body needs a different source of vitamins and minerals to function properly throughout the day. And according to New York Natural News, those that include a diverse amount of food in their diet can, 1, prevent daily illness, and 2, reduce the symptoms of chronic disease. So in conclusion, I hope today that you guys have all learned how to live a happier, healthier, and better lifestyle, and that you understand that it's a choice. So choose to make breakfast an important meal of the day. Choose to include low glycemic foods into your diet. And choose to make your breakfast rad. And just remember, anything that's worth doing is worth doing right. So make that choice tomorrow morning to make breakfast a worthwhile thing in your life, and choose to do it right.